$1,386 is approved. Council on Aging, bottom line figure $333,763. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on the Council on Aging budget? Hearing none, it's the wish of the council.
Move approval.
Motion to approve by Councilor Rita Mercier, second by Councilor Elliott. Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilor Caulfield.
Yes.
Councilor Donahue.
Yes.
Councilor Elliott.
Yes.
Mayor Martin.
Yes.
Councilor Armand Mercier.
Yes.
Councilor Rita Mercier.
Yes.
Councilor Milonazo.
Yes.
Councilor Ramirez. Yes. Councilor Broderick.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas. The bottom line figure of $333,763 is approved.
Excuse me,
Veterans,
Mr. Mayor, before you go further away from the Council on Aging, I was informed of a disclosure that I'm on the Friends of the Council on Aging, which is not really a conflict of interest, I would say. It's nothing to do with the budget, but I was told to disclose it.
okay. Okay, Councilor, we've noted your disclosure.
Thank you.
Veteran Services, the bottom line figure, $701,141. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on this portion of the budget?
What are we going to do here?
Hearing none, what's the wish of the council? Councilor Elliott, I'm sorry.
Question for Mr. Dussault. I noticed, or the manager, one of the two. I noticed in the revenue section of the book, a line item for veterans to the tune of about, I want to say 304,000, if my memory is correct. What is that? Does that come in from the state?
I think I can answer that for you, Councilor
This microphone.
Dussault. He's asking about the veterans reimbursement. It's the 75% reimbursement.
75% of every dollar that we spent is reimbursed by the state.
By the state.
Of Massachusetts.
And that's what that line item is for 300, and it
We're
continues.
1 year behind in receiving it.
We're 1 year behind?
Yeah, we're 1 year. Everything that we pay in this year, we'll get back next year. May to May, June to June, July to July.
And each year it keeps decreasing, according to this. Why would that be? That's just the way the state's,
That's the way the state runs.
okay.
We
Well-
get reimbursed for our funerals, our aid, medicals, everything like that. Every dollar we spent is reimbursed.
Okay. That's all they need to know.
Thank you.
That's good to know. It's unfortunate that it's a year behind, but
Yeah, they're
but
1 year
at least they're
behind.
paying us back. Thank you, Mr. Dussault.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Caulfield?
Mr. Mayor, is this one of the budgets that we're losing a person? We're
We
gonna
are
discuss-
reducing the headcount in that department, yes.
We're going to bring this back tomorrow night?
No, there was, Mr. Dussault is retiring.
The agreement I made with the city managers that we were going to lose one man, that I would retire to give Eric the job. That was the agreement, and I will stay with that agreement. And we shook hands on it, and I feel that Eric should get the job. That's it.
Joe, I think the entire council owes you a great debt of gratitude for your 15 years of dedicated service and your dedication to the veterans that you serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you, Mr. Dussault. Councilor Rita Mercier?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Then there's a discrepancy of $22,000 because from what he would make to what the next person makes is a difference of $22,000. Are we going to give a raise of that magnitude to a person that's only just started, or how are we doing this?
That hasn't been worked out yet. We have to sit down with Mr. LaMarche and work out where he fits on the salary schedule. That still has to be done. And there may be the savings that result from that can be reappropriated at some later date.
I'm also concerned, and maybe, Mr. Dussault, you could explain this. Maybe they just talked about it, I don't know. But there's the Veterans Service Appropriation money, and it seems like it's $592,000. In the line item for this year, there's $203,000 left. How do we figure that much out of that Veterans Service? Because it's on the On page 116, on the
Yes.
very bottom there, and the request was 600,000, but they appropriated 558. They did this similar to what I have printed out of the,
No, it was
Audited.
$600,000 last year with the 1%, I believe we made, the 42,000 that's been deducted from each department, so much money that's been deducted.
yeah, you had $7,000 deducted, which made it 592,000. You expended 388,000. There's no encumbrance as of right now, and yet there remains 203,000. Are we anticipating spending that, or?
We have bills, all our medical bills come
your
in
bill-
3 months late.
Oh, I see,
By
yes.
the time we receive the doctor's bills, medical bills,
Okay.
hospital bills, process them to Boston, they have to approve. They come back here, then we have to go to the auditor's office for payments. And so it's a 3-month process.
And if the bill comes in after June 30th and it's in sometime in July, is
Correct.
that called a bad debt?
No, did not call it bad
It
debt.
isn't on this
No,
one?
No.
Okay, that's all I just had
Yeah.
questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Further discussion on
Yeah,
this?
I have a question to pose to Joe Dussault. I want to preface my remarks by saying that I've known him all my life. We were friends as kids, and I hate to see him go. And being of the same age, I'm not so sure retirement is something that he really wanted to do. I don't want to speak for him. But if this budget was not cut to the degree that it was, and we could save that position that was cut, my question to Joe is, would he reconsider his retirement plans?
Counselor, if that budget hadn't been touched, I would have stayed on. But I made my decision when I was told the budget was being cut. That is my answer.
Well, I know that we can't add to the budget, but I'm wondering if it would be possible to send this budget back to the manager, bearing in mind that this is not the time for the veterans' budget to be cut, particularly with the experience we have in Joe Dussault, and if something could be worked out that he would delay his retirement based on what he just said, I think it would benefit the veterans and it would benefit the city. So I would like to make a motion that this budget be sent back to the manager for further review on his part based on what we've heard tonight.
And I'll second it.
So there's a motion to refer this budget back to the manager by Councilor Armin Mercier, second by Councilor Rita Mercier. This is in conjunction with the other position
Yes.
Yes.
reductions as part of that analysis?
Yes.
All right. Any
And if I can
discussion?
elaborate, I really think that this budget is so important to the veterans, so important to the community, that maybe there'd be a cut someplace else that could be more acceptable, if you will, to from some other departments that are really loaded with all kinds of money. And again, I know it's the manager's job, it's his responsibility, but if you would just take a look at it, because we're not talking about a lot of money here, but we are talking about a services that's going to be handled by a young man without the experience that Joe has at a critical time as it relates to the veterans. I can't force the manager to do anything else, but I would just like for him to take another look at this, bearing in mind some of the comments that have been made.
Okay.
Mayor, with
Further-
your permission, may I say something? I was asked a question today. How many Iraqi veterans do we service for monies? Exactly 0. Due to the fact when they come back from Iraq, these veterans can go to unemployment. We run strictly by a state budget. They tell us how much money we can give. If they have any money in the bank, over $2,000, they're excluded from our programs. We have to follow state guidelines. We have strict guidelines. From the time we process the application here, goes back to Boston, comes back to us, then we know what we can give them, okay? But they can collect unemployment for 1 year. And working with our unemployment office is one of the greatest things that they have. They have computers set up for them, they have priorities, and they find them work. So unemployment with the city of Lowell is a great working job, and these veterans don't come back to us, but they are coming back to apply for PTSD, which a lot of them have PTSD between these roadside bombs, being motored in. There's a lot of things, and they need our service on that to get them into the VA. And this is the problems that we're going to see in Lowell a lot. People at the VA clinic, they may have about 40 people working there, but not one will do an application on these vets. They send them to us because the VA pulled out of here 2 years ago, and we have all their work. There's a vet center on East Merrimack Street. They see the people for counseling, but we do the everything comes right back to the cities and towns. And this is where we're all doing, and we're getting more work on this. So just to let you know that there is going to be more work into the veteran services, but not monetarily, okay? It will be doing applications, guiding them to the right positions, to schools, anything that they may need. So that's what's going to be needed.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dussault.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on that motion? Councilor
Mr. Mayor,
Caulfield?
just one question. Joe, you indicated the state reimburses the city 75%? Is that 75% of your total budget?
No,
Or-
services.
Of only my veterans budget, okay? It has nothing to do with our payroll, our
Just services.
reimbursements for our supplies or anything like that. Just veterans benefits,
Okay.
75%.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Any opposed? Councilor Broderick, did you have an
A
issue?
quick question. If Mr. Dussault was to be moved, and I don't know if it's an option, if it's just something I was thinking of, to a contract position, are there any state or federal grants available for that type of position where it might be possible to not increase the budget?
Not that I'm aware of right now. We can certainly look into that, and Mr. Dussault did certainly indicate to me his interest in continuing to work with the city on some basis moving forward, and we had talked about his tapping into his knowledge and his interest in working with the veterans to serve the city, and I was certainly planning on taking him up on that offer. So.
All right, so all those in favor of the motion referring this item back, and I assume with that motion, Councilor, then that's also to delay final action on this line item until tomorrow's hearing. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? That motion is approved. Brings us to recreation. Bottom line figure, $448,813. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on this item? This is the fourth time now,
I know.
Mr. Goldman.
And I'm glad it'll be the last time this evening. Mayor Martin, members of the council, Mr. Manager, ladies and gentlemen. About, I would say, back somewhere 20 years ago, mid-1980s, the Parks Department was part of the, and Parks and Cemetery Department were part of the Department of Public Works. Recreation Department was separate. There was a lot of issues, a lot of problems maintaining the parks because at that time, in the early 80s, the parks people had to, instead of taking care of the parks, were taking care of other related DPW streets, sidewalks, and other things. And the city council, in their wisdom, had an idea. Along with the then city manager, I believe it was Joe Tully at the time, to merge the parks and cemetery with recreation. It has worked well. It has worked to, I believe, the benefit of the entire city, to the residents. And my concern is that we're doing something, we're going back to doing things 20 years ago that didn't work. And I have strong reservations about this. We don't have a superintendent of recreation. That's been vacant for a number of years. Where is the recreation department going to stay? Are they going to be staying in the MAC building? The Parks Commissioner, Recreation and Cemetery Commissioner was housed in the MAC building. They drew up a very detailed parks plan, naming every park in the city, what every park had. It was done about 1990, 1992. It probably needs to be updated. We have almost 90 to 95 parks in the city. And with all the programs that we're trying to do in the city for the youth, it is something that should not be split from the Parks Cemetery department. They should stay in one department. And because of the Board of Parks, are they going to have to deal with 3 separate departments, with the Parks Department and the Recreation Department, 2 separate entities? Or, how are they going to deal with things? And I think it needs to stay the way it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further members of the public wishing to be heard on the Recreation Department? It's the wish of the council. Councilor Caulfield? Sorry.
Just one question, Mr. Mayor, to the manager. The recreation budget was under the Parks and Recreation for years under Commissioner Bellegarde. Now, I see with this a vacant recreation planner. Is that going to be a new position, Mr. Manager, and for how much?
That's been vacant for a number of years now, and that superintendent of recreation, is that the one you're speaking of?
Yes.
The recreation planner?
Yes.
Both of those were vacant in '07. I believe they went back before that. They have not been funded.
So it's not a new
this year either.
position?
No.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Motion approved by Councilor Elliott, second by Councilor Broderick. Councilor Rita Mercier?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just was concerned about salary and wages temporary, $201,000, and I thought maybe it was summer employment, but then there's salary and wages temporary for summer employment, but that looks like it's for one position. Could we have just an explanation of that? I'm not disputing it, but...
Mr. Bellegarde can speak to this. I believe this is the funding for the pool that we intend to open at the O'Donnell Pool, that we would fund that. Tom?
Mr. Bellegarde?
That is correct. What you're seeing here is the reflection on that final pool to be opened. And the way we break it out in recreation is we have what we call summer startup, which is monies that is needed to bring people on before we open the pools. And then the rest of the money here that you're looking at is the money that takes us through the pool season and then around again till next year. Involves
Okay.
winter and fall
Sure.
recreation as well.
All right, that's fine. Thank you, Mr. Bellegarde.
Any further discussion?
No, move
Roll call.
approval.
Councilor Caulfield.
Yes.
Councilor Donahue.
Yes.
Councilor Elliott.
Yes.
Mayor Martin.
Yes.
Councilor Arman Mercier.
Yes.
Councilor Rita Mercier.
Yes.
Councilor Milonazo.
Yes.
Councilor Ramirez. Yes. Councilor Broderick.
Yes.
9 yeas. The bottom line figure, $448,813 is approved. The next item is the library. I believe that needs to be delayed. Motion to delay action until tomorrow evening by Councilor Broderick, second by Councilor Arman Mercier. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Action on the library is delayed. Under other items in the budget, the first is debt service. Bottom line figure, $22,626,034. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on this portion of the budget? Hearing none, what's the wish of the council? Motion to approve by Councilor Eileen Donahue, second by Councilor Broderick. Councilor Elliott, do you have a question? Okay. Any discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Councilor Caulfield.
Yes.
Councilor Donahue.
Yes.
Councilor Elliott.
Yes.
Mayor Martin.
Yes.
Councilor Arman Mercier. Councilor Rita Mercier.
Yes.
Councilor Milonazo.
Yes.
Councilor Ramirez. Councilor Broderick.
Yes.
9 yeas, the bottom line figure is approved. Under unclassified items, bottom line figure $50,494,054. This includes items such as workers' comp, unemployment, health insurance, state assessments, retirement, Medicare, claims and judgments, insurance, and Northern Middlesex Council of Governments. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on this item? Hearing none, what is the wish of the council?
Oh, yes, we should,
I'm sorry, Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, we should probably hold off on that, because if we do fill the, if we do transfer money around to eliminate the reductions in staff that we've been talking about, we will have to increase the health insurance money in that account.
Okay, so motion to delay action on this item by Councilor Milonazo, second by Councilor Broderick. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? This matter will be delayed until tomorrow evening. Next item is the wastewater enterprise fund. Bottom line figure, $13,460,229. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on this portion of the budget? Any from the public on this portion of the budget? Hearing none, what's the wish of the council?
Move to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilor Broderick, second by Councilor Ramirez. Any questions or discussion? Councilor Caulfield?
All I can say is that enterprise fund has grown in leaps and bounds.
Okay, any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Caulfield.
Yes.
Counselor Donahue.
Yes.
Counselor Elliott.
Yes.
Mayor Martin.
Yes.
Counselor Arman Mercia. Yes. Counselor Rita Mercia.
Yes.
Counselor Milonazo.
Yes.
Counselor Ramirez. Counselor Broderick.
Yes.
108.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, bottom line figure, $13,460,229 is approved. Next item is the Arena Enterprise Fund, $1,708,841. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on this portion of the budget? Anyone from the public on the Arena Enterprise Fund portion of the budget? Hearing none, what's the wish of the council? Mr. Manager,
Mr. Mayor, just a change that is necessary in this line. The ordinary expenses should read $1,297,319, and the bottom line amount should be changed to $1,833,841. This represents the negotiation of an additional $125,000 from the Lowell Devils, but that will necessitate us adding $125,000 to cover the costs of having the Lowell Devils at the arena. It's a settlement of the issue regarding a potential termination of the lease.
so Mr. Manager, that's an increase in your recommendation then?
Yes, it is.
In the ordinary expense account line item to $1,297,319, and that increases the bottom line total to $1,833,841.
That's
Get
correct.
that right? Okay, so it's a revised manager's recommendation. Any, let me ask anyone from the public wishing to be heard on the revised recommendation. Okay, hearing none, what's the wish of the council?
Move to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilor Broderick, second by Councilor Caulfield. Any discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Counselor Caulfield.
Yes.
Counselor Donahue.
Yes.
Counselor Elliott.
Yes.
Mayor Martin.
Yes.
Counselor Arman Mercia.
Yes.
Counselor Rita Mercia.
Yes.
Counselor Milonazo.
Yes.
Counselor Ramirez. Counselor Broderick.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the bottom line figure as adjusted is approved. Parking garage fund, bottom line figure $4,815,065. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on this item? Anyone from the public wishing to be heard on the parking garage fund? Okay, hearing none, what's the wish of the council? Councilor Elliott?
I just had a question on the debt service, Mr. Manager.
Yes.
The jam plan,
Do water and wastewater.
is that coming out of the parking receipts, or is that out of the general fund?
That's coming out of the, that's funded through this parking garage fund, which is not yet an enterprise fund, although we're treating it as such,
Well, that was my question.
Right.
to give you a full cost.
So on the debt service schedule on page 122, there's a line item for jam land acquisition.
Right, that's for the Hamilton Canal District area.
Okay, so that's not part of the, okay, how about the garages on on page 123. The debt from the garage, jam taxable, jam tax exempt, garage. Should that not be coming out of, that is coming
It
out of
is
the
coming
garage
out of the
receipts?
garage fund.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Counselor Donahue?
Yeah, that was my question. This is not an enterprise fund, correct?
That's correct.
But the way it's set up in the book, in the budget book, it looks as though it's being treated as one.
We're treating it as such as we phase into having it be an enterprise in the future.
Okay, so that's just for explanation purposes rather than
Correct.
reflecting it as a true. Right now, it's in the general fund, correct?
That's correct.
So is there a plan to create an enterprise fund, or is that coming in the future, or?
I would anticipate that we've been talking about that, and Councilor Elliott raised that question a few months back. It's something that we would phase into probably in fiscal year '09, after we come up with a full funding schedule for the
Okay,
garages.
so, but in the meantime, the money comes into the general fund and the expenses go out of the general fund?
That's correct.
Okay.
It's a separate fund.
So,
It's a revolving fund with the general. Right.
when we first created the parking department, we talked about an enterprise fund, and we also, you know, there was some, we did take a vote as to how much money would go to the general fund, how much money would remain with the parking department, and I don't think that vote was ever revised, so can we get some information on that going
Sure.
back?
That's some of that meter income, I believe, that we transferred in, the $500,000 on an annual basis. So we can get a status report
Yeah, there
on
was,
that.
my recollection was, we picked a number just because we were we were voting on creating a parking department, and we picked a number, and so if we can just go back and look at that when we created the department. There was a lot of debate about creating an authority versus a department, but I just want to make certain that we revisit that. It was done kind of in a hurry, and I don't think, you know, a couple of times we asked about, I know I asked about where we stood with the parking department. I know it's before your time, but if we can just go back and look at that vote and see where we stand, because quite frankly, I'm not sure. I mean, I do know it's a general fund department, but I would like to know.
Yeah, it's a general fund department, but it's paid through, we have a revolving account that we run the
Right.
money through.
Right, but there was some kind of authority as far as how much was going to be maintained in the department and how much could go to the city, so.
Councilor Armin Mercia?
Yeah, I just have one question. The security, was that by contract? Was that an RFP? And that went from 730 to 800,000?
Right, that's the,
That's a subcontractor security operation, yes.
It was by bid?
Reliable security.
Okay.
They do all our garages.
But they went up 70,000?
it's because we have the new garage coming online.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, further discussion on this portion of the budget?
Move approval.
Motion approved by Councilor Armin Mercia, second by Councilor Rita Mercia. Roll call.
Counselor Caulfield?
Yes.
Counselor Donahue?
Yes.
Counselor Elliott?
Yes.
Mayor Martin?
Yes.
Counselor Armin Mercia?
Yes.
Counselor Rita Mercia?
Yes.
Counselor Milonazo?
Yes.
Counselor Ramirez? Counselor Broderick?
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the bottom line figure, $4,815,065 is approved. Career Center, bottom line figure, $4,970,900. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on the Career Center portion of the budget? Anyone from the public on the Career Center portion of the budget? Hearing none, what's the wish of the council?
Move
Move
approval.
approval.
Motion approved by Councilor Caulfield, second by Councilor Broderick. Any discussion? Councilor Milonazo.
Thank you. On page 30, it's $4,970,000, but on page 142, it's $5,702,000. What's the difference?
What's the second page, Councilor?
142. Probably right in front of me. It's just, it's 11 o'clock. It's $4,970,000 on page 30, and then on page 142, it seems to be a higher number. Again, I don't know if it's the 5,702 minus the federal and state-funded positions.
Actually, they resubmitted on the last day.
That can't be it.
That can't be it.
No, this was a change made. Mike, do you have the current,
I think the higher number may be the correct number.
there's been changes made in that budget, very recently as a result of some changes in some grant funding that we're receiving.
Okay.
I believe the higher number is actually the accurate number, but then that gets offset. It's again, this is a case where we approve the budget, but it's entirely funded outside the city.
Okay.
I mean, all of these funds are federal and state funds. We have about 30 grant sources, and our funding actually does fluctuate sometimes during the year.
Okay.
So, in fact,
So, Mr. McQuaid, should we be voting the higher number, you think?
yes, we should.
Okay. So, Mr. Manager, you recommend that?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, the revised figure is $5,702,778. Thank you, Counselor, for pointing that out.
Thank you.
Anybody from the public want to be heard on the adjusted number? Hearing none, there's a motion to approve, I believe, by Counselor Caulfield, second by Counselor Broderick. Roll call.
Counselor Caulfield.
Yes.
Counselor Donahue. Counselor Elliott.
Yes.
Mayor Martin.
Yes.
Counselor Armin Mercia. Counselor Rita Mercia.
Yes.
Counselor Milonazo.
Yes.
Counselor Ramirez. Counselor Broderick.
Yes.
9 yes.
Okay, I'm trying to, I know there are, Mr. Laif is here, and we did not reach his portion of the budget, which is included in DPW, but, Mr. Manager, I don't believe that was impacted by any positions.
That's correct, Mr. Mayor. There are no changes in that, no layoffs or no positions being affected, so
130.
that one I believe would be safe for the council to consider tonight.
What budget is that, Mr. Mayor?
Water.
I'm going to take it up.
That's the Water Department, which is located within the DPW group.
27 is the vote.
Page 108.
To keep us cool.
So I believe the bottom line figure is $4,700,865. Any objection to considering that item tonight? So is there anybody from the public?
What page is that on, Mr. Mayor?
108 and 109.
It's in the general budget on page 27, and the more detailed portion is on page 109. So we will open this hearing to members of the public who wish to be heard on the DPW water budget. Bottom line figure, $4,700,865. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on this portion of the budget? Okay, hearing none, what's the wish of the council? Motion to approve by Councilor Rita Mercia, second by Councilor Milonazo. Any discussion on the motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Counselor Caulfield.
Yes.
Counselor Donahue. Counselor Elliott. Mayor Martin.
Yes.
Counselor Armin Mercia.
Yes.
Counselor Rita Mercia.
Yes.
Counselor Milonazo.
Yes.
Counselor Ramirez. Yes. Counselor Broderick.
Yes.
We're all getting tired, I can see.
We're all tired.
Okay. 9 yeas, the bottom line figure, $4,700,865 is approved. I think we've reached every department that we could reach.
We do wastewater?
I think we did wastewater.
We did? Okay.
We did the wastewater, which is all included in the enterprise fund, correct? Okay.
What time do we reconvene tomorrow?
What time's the hearing?
5:30.
The hearing is advertised for 5:30 tomorrow.
5:30?
5 o'clock, I'm sorry. Today
5
was
o'clock.
5 p.m. Motion to recess this hearing until 5 p.m. tomorrow evening by Councilor Broderick, second by Councilor Armin Mercier. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? We will stand in recess until 5 p.m., right? 5 p.m. Recess until 5 p.m. tomorrow evening.